Thank you very much. And hello, everyone. So we're going to be talking today about some differences between these acronyms, okay? And for those of you who haven't heard about all these acronyms, so what I'm going to be doing today is going to be talking about, these products from Oracle. Some of them are old, have a few years, and some of them are pretty new, like few months, even with a name change. So um, my name is Gustavo Gonzalez. I'm uh, I'm Chief Technology Officer at IT Convergence. I'm an Oracle Ace Director with my specialty on applications. I have more than 20 years working on Oracle technology. And I co-author a book on e-business suite. I also was a technical reviewer for a book on Fusion applications many years back. And I'm very involved with user communities. I'm one of the founders of a Oracle user group in Argentina, and I was a past president organizing tours just like this one, the EMEA tour, but in Latin America. I was a leader organizing tours for 4 years in Latin America, uh, back when these tours were live in person. So organizing each country with the leaders of each user group. Um, Now we have this pandemic that has changed. I was able to travel to Netherlands, to go to the UK user group, to visit multiple countries in Europe, and I hope soon will be everything coming back to normal. Um, Now, as I said, I work for a company called IT Convergence, and the company uh, it's headquartered in Dallas, Texas, but I'm based out of Argentina. So I'm speaking today from Argentina, and today is holiday in Argentina. It's 9 a.m. And yeah, I avoided all the travel and airplanes and airports to be speaking with you, which makes me very happy because it's the way that we work on user groups, sharing the knowledge and being able to help others that are having the same challenges as we do with technology. Now, I joined the company, IT Conversions, back in 2006. And since then, we've been growing. We have more than 600 customers. We do Oracle consulting for ERPs, e-business suite, Fusion. We have two development centers, one in Argentina and another in Hyderabad, India. And we have, offices across Latin America, in the US, in Asia Pacific, and we were named in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for worldwide Oracle services, and that's a little bit of IT convergence, just so you know where I'm working on and what I'm doing there. It's leading the organization and the strategy of the organization. I'm working 2 years ahead of the organization, trying to bring what's new, what we can do as an organization, preparing our teams and enabling all our organization to be ahead of the curve, helping our customers on their journey now to the cloud, in the future, not that long to artificial intelligence and machine learning and so forth. So what I'm going to be talking today, and I'm going to be doing all these acronyms. I'm going to open them up and try to talk about each of them, so we have a little history and learn about that. Okay, so what they are. Now I'm going to start with this first challenge, and this is what we are all struggling. uh, you know uh, I have been working with many customers that has applications, and you know one of the things that they struggle is on how to manage the data. Okay, and when we talk about manage the data, and this is a chart from IDC, and when we talk about managing the data, we're talking about searching, preparing, and how to protect the data. And I will talk about that in the next slides in terms of how when we talk about searching is how we look for data. Preparing is how we manage the data to either make it in a readable format, in a business format. And protecting the data, it's about how we secure the data, how we provide access to each user, the right access to the information that they have to search, right? And you know if you add to that, the business today is constantly changing. Actually, the world is changing, and priorities are constantly changing. So, you don't have the time or resources to deal with this data struggle. Okay, but there are ways to get ahead of that, and that's what I'm going to be talking today. Now, let me talk a little bit about the product. So when I was talking about Oracle OBIA, okay, it's Oracle Business Intelligence Applications, and that see that on the top, which is a yellow one. uh, it's a business intelligence platform. It has been here for many years. And I'm gonna, in the next few slides, I'm gonna double click on that. But just a quick overview for customers running JD Edwards, eBusiness Suite, even SAP. Oracle put together a product called Oracle Business Intelligence Applications that you were able to plug, that Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, OBIEE, you were able to plug that view, that the suite of OBIEE with a set of pre-built data warehouse, extraction, transformation, and load. All that was built, including dashboards, were built. So you were able to plug them in and extract all the information from your existing ERP solution. So that's the OBIEE and OBIA solution, which is still in the market. Many of eBusiness Suite customers that were using Discover, they were pushed because of the end of life of Discover. They were pushed to use this product. Then we have the Oracle Analytics Server, which is a more technical aspect of that. Okay, and it requires some on-premise deployment. Okay, and it's how you organize the data based on that. On the 3 layers, semantic layers. Then you have the autonomous data warehouse, and this is widely used lately. Um, it's part of the platform as a service from Oracle. Easy, fast, elastic. So you have all the technology behind that will allow any business intelligence, any reporting tool to run faster, to be able to get the data in a more elastic and fastest and easy way. Then you have the Oracle Analytics Cloud, which is a set of tools. And this Oracle Analytics Cloud is the evolution to the cloud of what we used to know as Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, okay, which is a complete set. We are going to quickly go over those, the different components of Oracle Analytics Cloud. And then we jump into what is more oriented towards applications, which is the Enterprise Performance Manager. I'm going to talk about that. This is it's a suite of product from Oracle that allows organizations not just to report, to organize the data, budgeting, forecasting, and a lot of activities that the organizations are doing today, consolidations. You're going to see in detail all the different aspects of that. Now, moving into Oracle Applications Cloud, which is SaaS solution, there is a product that comes with the SaaS products, Fusion applications, which is the Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, OTBI. So OTBI, it's a set of pre-built reports and a semantic layer that comes and it's pointing directly to the database, the Fusion applications or the SaaS database. Remember that with SaaS, you don't have access like we do with eBusiness Suite or JD Edwards, that we can go and query and update the database. With SaaS, you don't have that access. So this semantic layer that it's running on top of the Fusion applications or the SaaS applications allows you to run reports, analytics, dashboard directly from the transactional database. Okay. Now, what was missing in all that, it's what we see here on the top. Okay. And what you see here on the top, it's the Fusion Analytics Warehouse, FAW or FO. And this is a new product. It was launched, at late 2019 with a different name. It was called at that time OAX. They recently, just about March, April, changed the name to FAW, including for each of the modules, for each of the product families from SaaS. And they changed that to what I mentioned, that the analytics ERP, Fusion Analytics ERP or Fusion Analytics HCM. But everything is based out of this product, which is a Fusion Analytics warehouse. And we will talk about that, and we will even see a quick demo of that. Okay. But these are all the components that are part of the analytics spectrum from Oracle, specifically two applications. Okay. Now, let's jump into those in detail. Okay, so here what you see is the Oracle Business Intelligence Applications Architecture. Okay, now what you see here, it's it's a suite, OBI product. You have all the technical components, and it was all the applications that you have. You can even uses sources, multiple sources, and there was a BI server. When I first did the first implementation of Oracle Business Intelligence applications, Oracle was even using Informatica. It was part of an acquisition with Siebel, and that product was using Informatica. So we, when we did the first implementation, we were using Informatica to pull and extract the data out of eBusiness Suite. And with that, there was a simplified layer with some caching services, calculations, and then it was a set of pre-built interactive dashboards or pre-built reports, ad hoc analysis. You were able to allow users to run on that and be able to work on their own reports. There was a disconnected analytics, and there was a preliminary space, or a connection, what is called today the connection of Microsoft Excel to pull data out of the tool. And again, Oracle Business Intelligence application, it was a way to have the technical side of things. So the source, you have your source, your pre-built source, EBS, JD Edwards, any ERP, any ERP, and then you have all these technical components that were pre-built. You did the installation, and then you have to connect your existing source with that. So it was a access, it was pre-built, the load process, the ETL, and then the data warehouse, and then all the different layers, the metrics, the logical model, and the physical map, everything was come pre-built, okay? Now, is this still available? Yes. So you're using eBusiness Suite. If you're using eBusiness Suite today, you're probably using Oracle Business Intelligence applications. There's a roadmap, and there's a series of releases that you need to work on in terms of, okay, how you need to upgrade all the technology, all the stacks that are here on the technology. Now, on that, you were able to expand that, okay? And one of the things that the organizations, when replacing Discover, they added this Discover metadata, okay, and they were able to push all the existing Discover reports into the OBIA layers. Now, is this a recommended action? It's probably, something that you can do. But today, what we are doing in terms of OBIA, we're doing into cloud, we're moving into cloud, we're adding this component into the cloud. You see three different options, which is the Oracle Business Intelligence on-premise, just like the existing and the original ones. And then we are doing this combination of OBIA on the cloud, and then some hybrid components, okay, which is we have some on cloud, some on prem. We're federating all these and moving into the cloud components, okay. And when we're talking about cloud components, we are talking about moving Oracle Business Intelligence applications into Oracle Analytics Cloud, and we're going to get into that in a minute. So when we're talking about, and I mentioned about briefly about releases, here's a list and the document ID with all the statement of directions of Oracle Business Intelligence applications. Now you have to keep in mind that all these products, Oracle Business Intelligence application, is on-prem, okay? So you can move into the cloud, but you will have to re-implement if you want to go further, okay? Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about EPM, okay? And EPM is big, okay? As you can see here, Enterprise Performance Manager has multiple aspects and multiple products inside this suite. Very comprehensive, very robust set of tools, and I'm going to quickly go over that, like connect planning, that you can do data science and um, enterprise planning, strategic modeling, a big set of capabilities that are on this. Then we have the financial closing that allows you to close your books, whether it's through consolidation or a closing process orchestration. Then we jump into the analytics and reporting that is included, embedded into EPM. Okay, very robust with feelings. You can explore, and you can combine multiple things. Then we have the intelligence and automation, and this is very powerful. It's a machine learning, pattern recognition, predictive analytics that allows you through either natural language processing, have this interaction with EPM that allows you to through digital assistants or through multiple ways interact with the data, okay. And then all the enterprise data management, okay, all the enterprise data management. So this is the tool that it's on the cloud. Now, with this tool on the cloud, we need to, I want to talk about a little bit about what's the on-prem solution. So the on-prem solution, it's what you used to call Hyperion, okay? And Hyperion has a premier support through December 2021, okay? So that's a 11.1. Now, there is a version 11.2 that has been available since just a few months back in December 2019, which has all the Fusion middleware, 12G, repository simplification, and this allows to have at least 10 years, right? So 10 years of support, ongoing releases and all that. Now, what's the recommendation? And it's to think about cloud, to think about EPM that you have on prem that you can move into the cloud as an infrastructure cloud, but also move and push this into what I would call a move and improve to the cloud to EPM. Okay. Um, Here's a couple of things that I will present you in terms of, okay, what are the benefits between having the EPM on-prem versus the cloud. Now, let me switch gears here and go into what I briefly mentioned about the transactional business intelligence. And many of you who are either on the business intelligence, you probably never heard of this, but if you are on you working and using Oracle SaaS Fusion applications, you're very familiar, because this is the way that you have to interact with the Fusion applications. Let me quickly show you here. And what you see here, it's you have Fusion applications, a set of business intelligence view objects, and then the semantic layer that it's on top of that, which is pointing to the Fusion application tables, right? So with that, there is a foundation, and it's a pre-built package for report and dashboard and Fusion embedded analytics. Okay, all the information, all what you see as part of the Fusion, all the nice charts, graphic metrics, everything is based out of this transactional business intelligence. Okay, and of course there's a set of self-service query and reporting. That's how we, when we are implementing the solution, or when we are presenting to to customers, we go with this set of tools. Now, what is providing Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, or OTBI? It's inside to all the SaaS modules. As you can see here in the screen, 9,000 data objects. Everything is available in the Oracle documentation. You can see, you can check all the objects that are available. It's publicly available in the documentation, so you can query up all that. Very useful, when you're doing tailoring or kind of doing customizations to Fusion applications. That's a way that you're going to be doing, it's through reporting. You're going to extract the data through reporting, and then you're going to push through web services. So, these reports are executed in real time against the transactional database schema. That's how you pull data out of SaaS. So, kind of things, what we do and what you'd see here is transactional business intelligence and all the things that you can do. Okay, what you see here, I think is a screenshot that I took from one of our demo instances, and you can see that you have pre-built set of receivables, and you can drill down, and this is a chart. It's a pre-built chart that's available. Now, if I want to change that, I can go, and you can see here on the left, subject areas, and I can pull out all of these 9,000 plus objects, and I can pull and take the columns. Now, I want to take, if you look into this, it looks pretty similar to what used to be OBIE and what is now Oracle Analytics Cloud. Okay, so that's a combination, and how the solution from Oracle is pointing towards. Okay, it's this combination of, okay, we are inside our Fusion applications, we are in a part of the Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, pointing directly. So this is a payables invoice subject area. Okay, the terminology and the concepts are from Oracle Business Intelligence, and these are the different objects that are available. So I'm going to be pulling in and out here information and supplier information. So again, this is something that it's coming pre-built, okay, because this is the open balances greater than 25,000, but I can copy these and start building my own reports. Okay, it's a faster way to get through the data, and I'm very recommended. So again, what are the benefits of this? Okay, we build rich, create reports, self-service. That's what the users are looking for, and that's one of the great biggest advantages of Oracle Fusion applications, the ability to easily get the information and get actionable data that you can move there. Okay, now uh, easily, seamlessly between SaaS and your transaction solution, everything's there. You don't navigate to different tools. It's just you open up a new screen, and it's seamless for SaaS users. Okay, now let me now I talk about EPM, I talk about transactional business intelligence. Now, let me switch gears into the new Oracle Analytics, okay? And when we talk about the new Oracle Analytics, it's the set of tools that are in the cloud, okay? Or not, but what is available there to help you to get the data out and the value out of your the new oil, which is the data. Now, on the Oracle, on the left, we have the Oracle Analytics Cloud. What is the Oracle Analytics Cloud? And I mentioned it's the evolution of what used to be Oracle Business Intelligence, managed by Oracle. Comes with AI, infrastructure for performance, natural language generation, connectors, and cloud. So it's a complete set, okay, it's a suite that will allow you to do multiple things. And I've seen that through this tour, there are multiple presentations on Analytics Cloud, which I highly recommend to go and see in detail, check in detail. For those who are using a tool, for those who are using, Discover or OBIA on-prem, I highly recommend to see, because there are many options to push that and to move and improve to cloud and to Analytics Cloud. Then we have the analytics server, and that's the path to cloud. Okay, it's a private cloud, connectors to cloud and on-premise, but that's a server that will enable you to do that step moving forward. That's probably what you are gonna be if you are using OBIEE. Okay, there's no cost to upgrade to this tool, and it's probably the logical step moving forward to to start preparing for the journey to the cloud. And then I want to talk about this analytics for applications, okay, which is probably the best of the newest product that has this combination of all the things that I mentioned, all the evolution that I mentioned to SaaS, okay, and why I think having and coming from existing experience of running Oracle Business Intelligence applications and some other tools, why I think this is the evolution. It's because it's very simple to extend. And I was personally involved on OBIA, extending OBIA, which was not that simple, okay? Now, think about this, how many times you were operating eBusiness Suite or you were operating JD Edwards, probably a few years until you do a biggest upgrade or a new version. Now, with cloud, uh, every 3 months you have a new release. With Fusion applications, every 3 months you have new functionality that you can explore. As a matter of fact, we are today working on an implementation at IT Convergence and doing an upgrade from or a move and improve of eBusiness Suite to Fusion applications, and we're waiting for the new release, and we just were upgraded to 20 to the release 20C, and we were waiting for that because there's new functionality that we want to use right away, and all these changes. And if you think that you have a business intelligence plugged into that, then you will have to start doing changes to that. And even more, if you have an extension and how to work with that, all the testing that you need to do. So I think the evolution of the Oracle Analytics for applications through this new product, it's a great evolution that will make all of us, all of the Oracle customers very happy. Now, let me talk about, in detail about this. So what you see at the bottom are all the cloud applications and all the different suites of products. ERP, all the financials aspects of that, HCM, HR, supply chain manager, all the procurement, inventory, and then CX, which is the customer experience, CRM. Okay. Now, we have all these pre-built cloud applications, but we also can have non-Oracle cloud applications and other external data sources that are around there. Okay. Now, all these are going and pulling into the Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse, which is also covered by an Oracle Analytics cloud layer. Okay. And on that, you see the different, the different package analytics solutions for Fusion ERP, Fusion HCM, and so forth. And also you have the ability to extend with more data sources. Okay. So here is where all this combination of great technology comes to help you with the solution and getting the data and giving your organization the value, the true value of the data. Okay. Now, why is this, and what are the new, what is this new Fusion Analytics Warehouse, or FAW, and why is this so important given now the SaaS, the SaaS world? Now, and this is again coming back. I probably used this many years back when we were talking to customers about Oracle Business Intelligence applications, and how we were building from scratch, how we were doing all the data management, how we were creating KPIs, how we were analyzing, and on top of all that. And on top of all that, security was a mess, right? We creating all the security, rebuilding the security to be able to work on that. Now, think about this on how we can take out all the data management, take out all the the different aspects of building from scratch, and pushing that into a pre-built data model, a pre-built data pipe, and pre-built KPIs and dashboards. Now, and on top of that, all the security. Okay. Now, this is this is a great way to push into that. Now, and on top of that, being able to extend with KPIs, extend the with this pre-built data model to your data. Okay, so this is great combination. This is what is happening today. Now, think about this, right? What is above the surface and below the surface? So what is above the surface is the pre-built best practice KPI. We're talking about standards, world class, pre-built dashboards and report. And what is below the surface, it's a pre-built data model, proven data model, a pre-built data pipe from each of the different sources, Oracle ERP Cloud, Oracle HCM, or supply chain, or customer experience. And it's sync with all the release cycles. It's the same Oracle, the same team working and in conjunction with all the releases. So this is a great solution, and this pre-built data foundation will be offering fast implementation, fast time to value, and a lower total cost of ownership compared to building it yourself or using some of the tools that are available in the market that will take you, to build that. Okay. Now, again, faster time to value, lower TCO versus building it yourself. Just to give you a sense of what this is about, and again, see how easy or how you can build that, right? So it's a pre-built, all the pre-built KPI to monitor your business performance, to dashboards and reports, and then implement quickly. I will show you a couple of things on how quickly it's implementation, a pre-built managed foundation, and that is sync to the Oracle SaaS. Now, I can even extend my common data model and extensible to external data. I can push data that will be uploaded into ADW and extend that, the semantic layer, with my own data, with my own sources. Okay. Uh, what are the things that are available there? And this is for ERP, okay? And there's also a good set of data for HCM as well. But all the KPIs that your business, your organization need. Again, if you're using SaaS, this is how you're going to be monitoring, profitability, loss, receivables, payables. Um, Performance, and you can see on the left, I'm switching, a few of the different monitor or KPIs that are available, and how you can quickly move from one to another. Again, all this is built on Analytics Cloud, and this is everything that you can drill down, pull automatically from SaaS. Um, Now, let me show you a couple of things here, that will see how you can navigate here very quickly. But this is analytics for applications, okay, and this is how you navigate through these analytics for application. Now, in terms of one of the things that I have a question, and when I was talking to a customer on this, is okay, so how this is charged, what's the licenses for this, or what's the subscription for this? So if you are using analytics for applications, um, the cost of this product, the analytics for applications, is per user. So you need to subscribe to any other technical aspect. So it's just for per user, and that will be your subscription. Now, if you want to extend, if you want to add sources, your sources, or you have a ServiceNow or any other solution, or your own custom homegrown solution, you can use those sources into the analytics cloud and into ADW. And what is going to charge you, or Oracle, the cost, it will be just the technical subscription. So that's the technical subscription to allow you to use the technology of that in the past. Okay, so that's how you will be measured on that. Okay, again, the analytics for application is going to be just per user. But if you want to extend that, using your own sources, using your own metrics, using your own data that you want to push into this and mash up that into the analytics for applications, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be, getting that into, and adding a subscription to the pass, universal credits to the pass, to work on that. And that's, just a little bit about, how to, you can add cards, you can use decks, and easy to use for your users, a pre-built set and aligned with the new releases from Oracle. um, Again, talking about how you can tailor this. Couple of things here. If you look into your left side of the screen, the red, you can see that it's Oracle Cloud ERP, the package data pipe, the package schema, semantic model, etc. Okay, so that's how you go with the pre-built set. Now, if you have your own customer set of data, what you're going to do is you're going to use your own custom ETL, which is something that you can use from Analytics Cloud. You're going to have this custom schema running on the ADW, and then you're going to have on the Analytics Cloud your custom semantic extension, KPI, and dashboards. Okay, so all that information is going to be mashed up. So your users will be using the same set of tools to pull data from your SaaS solution and your custom solution. Okay, a couple of things on here. Every user of Fusion Analytics Warehouse has access to the pre-built content and dashboard. Okay, now you have these, pre-built-in. You have licensed user, a non-production and a production instance of FAW is provided. Then a couple of things that I mentioned here, it's what is included and what is not included. So you have an ADW as part of a non-meter subscription pricing, and it will be based on the number of user or employees within the subscription, and then the capacity to accommodate all the pre-built. So this is going to be pretty, a simple way to subscribe. So again, no major complications, no difficult calculations on the subscription on that. In terms of what is this coming up, so there's a good number of functionality that was released just a few months back. There's more coming up in the next release, and there's a lot of new things that are coming up in terms of future roadmap per the Oracle product team. Now, how can I get started? This is pretty simple, right? And this is going against on how could I get started with my SaaS application. Now, there are 15 plus ERP subject areas, and 100 or more data warehouse tables. And I was able to play around on these. As you can see, the different modules, the subject areas. Now, how easy is to get this deployed? You see this in weeks. Okay, so you have provision and install and data validation. So you have all the different steps of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure provisioning, the prerequisites on your ERP side, the activation plan. There's going to be a training and discovery session where you're going to be user training, testing, validations and reports, checking the decks, which is how you call the dashboards and all the how the information is displayed. Get some feedback, identify if there's any custom things that you need to do. Then you're going to have 2-3 weeks to work on the custom developments, which means okay, get top 10 custom reports, secure UAT, and then you go straight into production, right? That's how a typical implementation. Now, if we go specifically to the tasks, well, just set global parameters, set reporting parameters, and activate the desired functional area. So those are the 3 steps for provisioning Fusion Analytics Warehouse for your specific SaaS solution. Okay. Now, what is the best approach? We're talking about autonomous data warehouse, the best solution in place for easy, fast, and flexible, elastic deployments. This is the solution for any organization looking to explore the data and to get the best out of the data. Oracle Analytics Cloud, augmented analytics, self-service analytics, and governed analytics. This is the step. It's a complete analytics solution to get the data for every type of business role. And now the evolution is this, the agile analytics, how you can get the data integration, the data management, and the data analytics for all the users, no matter what source you are pulling data, whether it's your SaaS application or your SaaS solution or personal data. And then on top of that, it's okay, so what are the tools? What is the right tool for me to move forward with the data? Now, we have, the run the business and the guide the business, okay? And these are, a few users, okay? The roles of the users, daily operations, closing book. And now, if we start drilling down, okay, we're gonna have, manage daily workloads, real-time transaction reports, and financial statements. We're gonna be talking about Cloud ERP as a solution with the embedded reporting and the financial reporting center. Now, if we move forward, we're gonna have planning, budgeting, and that will be added the Oracle EPM suite, which I talk about, financial consolidations, getting narrative reporting and planning. And then what's the next step and the new product is the Oracle Fusion ERP Analytics, which allows with the package analytics, self-service data recovery, discovery, plus being able to be aligned with the latest releases from Oracle Cloud SaaS. So those are the key areas and how these tools are being part of this portfolio of solutions that allows you to work on. A little bit about the last slide on modernizing your analytics with Oracle applications analytics server, and how depending on what you're asking, how Oracle Analytics Cloud is positioned, and that's how you will be thinking on the roadmap. Okay, whether it's your OBIE, Oracle Analytics Server, Oracle Analytics Cloud, and then a Fusion Application Warehouse, whether you are on SaaS or not. So that's the combination, and I hope this was useful for you. I don't know if we're going to have time for questions and answers. Here's more information that you can pull data from, a couple of docs from Oracle. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, connect on LinkedIn, or shoot me an email or through social media. I'm very active on Twitter, and my email is on the screen. Again, thank you very much for the user groups in Europe for giving me the chance to speak. And I hope to see you soon in a live event.
That's wonderful, Gustavo. Thank you very much for that. I think we've probably got enough time for one question if anyone wants to type one in. I appreciate that it takes a little while to type questions in if anyone's got one. So just sit here. But behind the Fusion Analytics, how does the database work behind it? Is it linking directly to your production database? So
yeah, so in Fusion Analytics, Fusion Analytics Warehouse, look, what it does is it goes straight. There is a set of prebuilt. Let me show you a little bit back on this. So what it does is it works. Let me pull that up. So it's this is analytics, okay? The Fusion Cloud ERP, and there's a package data pipeline that will be pushed into the Oracle's autonomous data warehouse. Okay, so it's going to be, and Fusion Analytics Warehouse comes with two environments, a development environment and a prod environment. So you're going to have two environments to play around with, and that's how for those who are not familiar with Oracle SaaS, that's what you receive out of the box, right? When you subscribe to Oracle SaaS, you get two environments, a development and a production environment. Okay, development environment, first Friday of, depending on the quarter, you will get a refresh on the new version of your dev, and the third Friday you will get the update of the release in production. Okay, so that's why this Fusion Analytics warehouse comes with these two sets, dev and production, so you can pull and you can test all the analytics and how that works, aligned with the cycle release of SaaS.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I like the level of autonomous level to it. I think that makes it particularly attractive.
It is very attractive, yes. And actually decrease the total cost of ownership, which makes you a little more agile on this.
Yeah, cool. Well, there's no other questions, I don't think. So can I just say thank you very much for your time, especially given the time difference and how early it is in the morning now. That's wonderful. Thanks very much. And this will no doubt be edited down and put up onto YouTube. And everyone who's attended should be sent a link so you can go and rewatch it again and remember all the bits that I've just forgotten. Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.